Hello YouTubers, it is Lillian. I'm so sorry I've not put up a video in a couple of weeks. I've just, just had some personal things going on in my life. And at any rate, I did upload one a few days ago. Oh, just a cute little Christmas Chihuahua thing. And anyways, this is what we're going to make today. We're going to make a Christmas Yule log, or also known as a French bûche de Noël. And what you'll need is a teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup of sifted cake flour. I recommend you sift this cake flour beforehand, because if you measure this out and then you sift it, you're going to get more in volume. So sift the cake flour first and then measure out 1 cup of that. You're also going to need 2/3 cup of sugar and 4 whole eggs, which I've got in this large bowl here. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to beat these eggs with a hand mixer. You can do a stand mixer as well. And you're going to beat these until they're very thick and light colored. This takes about 7 minutes, and continue to beat that, and then you add the sugar in 1 tablespoon at a time increments, allowing each spoonful to mix in before you go to the next step. So you make sure you beat the vanilla in well. So what I'm going to do now is do that step, and when I come back I'll show you what to do next. Okay, I may have forgotten to mention that you want to put your oven on 400 degrees and let it preheat. And also with the eggs that I used, it did take 7 minutes. You see how light they are in color now? 7 minutes on medium to medium-high speed on your electric mixer, whether it's the hand mixer or the stand mixer. And now what I'm going to do, first of all, I forgot to tell you, it is extremely important that you use room temperature eggs on this. If you use cold eggs, it will not work. It just won't be good. So make sure they're room temperature before you do this. Now, next step, I'm going to add the vanilla, and then I'm going to add the sugar, 1 tablespoon at a time. Again, that is 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 2/3 cup of sugar. So I'm going to incorporate that. If you don't like white sugar, or rather, maybe you don't have any and you have some brown sugar, you can certainly use that. Just incorporate it 1 tablespoon at a time, and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, at this point you're going to take your 1 cup of sifted cake flour. If you don't have cake flour, you can just use all-purpose flour, but it's recommended just by me that if you can get cake flour, that's fine. If not, don't worry about it. But take half of this sifted cake flour, and you're going to put it in a sifter. That's right, we're going to sift it again, and we're going to sift it in the bowl. Now, what you do next is you take a spatula and you very gently fold this in. Now, the reason you very gently fold this in, 1/2 cup at a time, is because it will give you a light and airy cake, and that's the goal. So I'm going to do that, and when we come back I'll show you the next step. Okay, I have here a 10 by 15 jelly roll pan, and I just sprayed some cooking spray on the bottom, cut out some parchment paper, and I made little slits at the end here, you see, and then I sprayed the inside. So now what I'm going to do, this is what the batter looks like when you have folded everything in. It's a beautiful light yellow color. I'm going to, and you see the bubbles? That's going to ensure that it stays light and airy. That's what you want, the bubbles. I'm going to put this in the pan, and we're going to smooth it out, and we're going to pop it in our preheated 400 degree oven for no more than 10 minutes. Now I know that's like not a lot, but that's all the time it needs is 10 minutes. And when we come back, I'll show you what to do next. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now you might have a little bit of browned edges, like I do, and if you do, that's because you didn't spread the batter all the way to the corner like I didn't. But what you're going to do now is you're going to put this, invert it onto a clean towel, and let it cool before you roll it out. Be back. Okay, I went ahead and inverted it on my clean dish towel, kitchen towel, and otherwise known as a tea towel, depending on where you're from. And it actually, my parchment paper didn't stick to the cake, which is really good. So we're going to let this cool for just a second, and then we're going to roll it up. That's my floor cracking. Sorry. We're going to roll it up like this. With the towel in it, yes, with the towel like that. And the reason you're doing this is because you want the steam from the cake to keep the cake moist, okay? We'll be back as soon as it cools completely. You want to cool this on a wire rack after you have rolled it up loosely. Okay, time to make the buttercream. For this, you're going to need 1 stick of unsalted butter that's at room temperature, a 1/4 cup of buttermilk, or in my case I have heavy cream because I do not have buttermilk here. And in this huge bowl sifted together, I have a 1/2 cup of unsweetened cocoa, 3 1/4 cups of confectioner's sugar, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt, and sift it all together. You're also going to need a teaspoon of vanilla. So the first step is to cream the butter. Just mix it beat it for a couple minutes, and then you're going to slowly incorporate all of this mixture into there. And when that is done, you're going to add your vanilla and your buttermilk, or your heavy cream in my case, until it's very smooth. When we come back, we will unroll the cake. That has cooled, actually, it's cooled. And then we will frost it. I'll show you how to decorate. Alright, this is the finished product. I put the buttercream on there and just used a fork for the details. You see how I make little wavy lines. And for the forest mushrooms, I just used a marzipan, and you just form them into a ball and push a little hole for the top and push the stem up, and kind of form them funky ways, like I have them bent different ways, just to kind of be like have the natural look. Then you take some cocoa and you sprinkle over the top of that. Use a sifter for that, and then to simulate snow, you just use powdered sugar for that. I hope you enjoy, and give it a try and let me know what you think. Happy holidays!